All right. So we're going to jump into this. Boeing 777 to Just Planes YouTube channel, and you can check out this airplane. You can go and Google the 777-200ER, and you're going to see that the everything inside this airplane, it's exactly identical. Hey, what's up, Ale Alec 31? Canada Air, or Air Canada. It's one from Toronto that's usually flying this plane. They have it. The only thing that's missing here on the 777ER, 200ER, I'm sure, Alec, you know about this. The only function that's missing is the Navigraph. This is something that I would suggest that the developers from Captain Sim make this available, so we can put our flight plan, we can look at the weather, we can implement other add-ons from other like sim third party developers, right? There's many different flight plans that you can put on there in here from various different developers. Hopefully this will be functional in the future. I think maybe this is what people are complaining about, that this is not available. But with an update, who knows? This possibly could be available. But everything else, it's pretty much functional here. There's really no complaints other than just maybe this. This is what people are maybe complaining about, that this doesn't work, you know, on both sides. Yeah. So hopefully this will be functional. Hopefully they're going to fix this. And if they do, well, that's it. But let me tell you, guys, there's another plane coming out July 27th. I don't want to spoil it, but this plane, it's dealing with blind people. It's called a Health Orbix or something like that. It's a very sophisticated airplane. A lot of stuff inside. The cockpit touchscreen looks very modernized. It's like something that belongs to 2021 and beyond. It's an airplane that you have never seen before. And it's a luxury, top-notch inside the interior. And that's for free, coming out July 27th. There's another airplane that's also very modernized, that's similar to turboprop TBM, but it's a much, much more advanced technologically. That's also coming out for free. So there's a tons of stuff happening next week. So you should be super excited about next week. You should probably take the entire week off not working, which I did, because there's going to be a lot of stuff. The updates will take a long time, so you're going to need to preload it on Monday. So come Tuesday, midnight, you can be ready to finally patch those updates. And guys, please be patient on Tuesday. On Tuesday, it will take a long time for those updates to sink in with the Xbox Cloud, to get all your stuff, to sync in all your airplanes, to download all your airplanes. You know, you're probably going to spend most of the Tuesday, you're going to spend updating and downloading. Trust me. But that's okay. You can start around the evening, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You can start flying. Okay? Hey, what's up, Rocky? How you doing, man? Thank you, Rocky. Rocky, you should be excited. I cannot tell you that you should be super, super excited, man. What Asobo is doing, oh, man, trust me. The kind of features they're going to implement, the amount of airplanes they're going to start pumping out next month and September and October, it's just going to be amazing. Not to mention Top Gun Maverick, Paramount Studios, with partnership with the U.S. Navy and the Air Force. You'll get F-18 Sea Hornet. You'll get the F-14 Tomcat. And then you might get something from Lockheed Martin. Maybe. But I don't know if they're going to do it. It's a top secret. But maybe movie version. Not like the most realistic version, but the movie version of this new airplane that can go up to the space, fly out of the orbit, come back down. See, I just spoiled it. I shouldn't spoil it. But anyway, Listen, a lot of great things happening with a flight simulator, guys. I'm just want to tell you this. You should be excited. And also, the Xbox broke the record yesterday. They outsold PlayStation 5 this month. Huge margin. Now, I wonder why. Gee whiz, I wonder why. Could it be Jim Ryan? Yeah. Could be maybe because of Jim Ryan and all these director's cut that he wants to charge us again. I already have Ghost of Tsushima. Why do I have to rebuy it again? I already got Death Stranding. Why do I have to rebuy it again? You're not getting my money, Sony. Sorry. Not sorry. You're not getting my money, period. So, all right, guys. We got this flight from Miami International all the way to Tallahassee International, which is the capital of the state of Florida. So, let's cold start this plane. Let's do it. Yeah, I love Top Gun too, Rocky. Top Gun. It's the movie Top Gun has recruited more cadets for the Air Force and U.S. Navy than any other movie, all combined. And I'm pretty sure Maverick will definitely get more people, younger people, excited to join the U.S. Air Force or the Navy. So, let's cold start this plane. The first thing we want to do, turn on the fuel, left and right, leave that on. Go up here, turn on the battery. Make sure the battery is working. And then we turn on the APU. Turn on the APU like that. Come up here. Make sure that our left pumps forward are turned on. Right pumps forward are turned on. Center pumps turned on. Let's see. We have to arm the fuel injection, which I believe it's already armed.
Ground MRFO URKAY 19er 79er heavy requesting pushback.
And the only thing left for us to do, I'm doing this kind of fast, you know. I'll turn the on icing. There's a tutorial that I did on this, guys. You can watch the tutorial, but I'm kind of doing this fast because we only have 3 hours to get, 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours to get to Tallahassee. So, turn on the engines. And give a little thrust. Oh, they're pushing me out. We got a pushback. Oh, that's good. They already got the pushback. We got a pushback. That's great. Why? Because I have a flight plan. See the engines turning on. First, the APU. The APU is the one that's going to kick in that jettison fuel. That fuel injection. That jettison fuel. Thank you, Rocky. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of going fast. I'm going fast on this, you know. I should have kind of slowed down. I think I still have the tutorial. That tutorial video should be out there. Now, what's the next step? We're gonna wait for this pushback. Wait for the pushback to pull us out. And then we're gonna connect to the ATC, which is right over here. We're gonna request a pushback to the right.
MRFO URKAY 19er 79er heavy requesting pushback tuck to steer the aircraft to the right.
MRFO URKAY 19er 79er heavy request has been transmitted to the operator.
This way I can have a very good turnaround. This is perfect. And I'm going to ask him to stop. I got plenty of leeway over here, plenty of space to do it. So I'm going to request a pushback to stop. This way I can taxi out to the runway much easier. There we go. You learn to fly in the Havilland Chimpunk. That's nice, man. I'm not sure if it's here. I'm not sure. I know they have a total of 68 airplanes, but I don't think it's in here. All right, so I have to acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxi to and hold short runway 12 via taxiway 18 Papa November Quebec 1 MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy.
All right, so we should have. There it is. We're ready for taxi. And we're going to stay tuned on 123. 900. Let's go back inside. Now, a lot of people are complaining about this this airplane. Like, it doesn't look the way 77 looks. And I'm like, here, actually, let me show you guys. If you don't think, actually, I got to prove this to people. Because they complain about this airplane and they don't even know what the real 77 looks like. So here. Here, watch this video, please. I want you to watch this video while you're watching my live stream, and then I want you to tell me what's so not realistic about it. Now, what's missing? It's this, and I agree. We should have this tablet Navigraph included. Okay, this should be included. This is something they can do with the update. In the future update, maybe they can include this. This could really help you to start implementing your own flight plan from here, so you can see trajectory of your flight plan. You can see the radar, the weather. If they do that with the next update, then that's fine. Yeah, everything else is identical, like you said, Alec. And this is Canada Air. Like, the one I'm showing you is the from Toronto. It's the Canada Air Canada, right? Air Canada or Canadian Air. I don't know. I forgot what they call it. It is Air Canada. Air Canada. Air Canada. They're not gonna call it Canadian Air. Air Canada. It's exactly the same. This is 200 ER, guys. There's many variations of 777. Okay. This is a 200 ER, and this is identical, 200 ER. Maybe I should have put down, actually let me edit this so people understand that this is 200, hold on, where is it? I gotta fix this. 200 ER, you know, I should do that. This is the exact model. Now, the only complaint I have, obviously, is this. This would have been nice, but that's why we have this thing called updates. They're going to update this, I'm pretty sure. It shouldn't be a big deal for the developers to put the update to have this operational. All right, guys, so let's go taxi out. Let's do this. I'm going to sit right over here, get my throttle, and make sure the vertical speed, hold on, We got to check on our vertical speed. We're going to make sure that our vertical speed is up to 250 knots. The altitude, we can go up to a little bit higher. Hold on. 12,000 feet. 12,000 feet is fine. I'm going to hold that altitude, the vertical speed. Just want to make sure there's 250. Now, granted, in real life, you would have to constantly talk to ATC, air traffic control. They give you the squawk codes, and then you gotta constantly remember what your call sign is. I was gonna use the VAT sim, but I still need to practice. I'm not experienced enough to use the VAT sim. I need to practice. I need to remember the codes. I need to remember how to reply when I'm being contacted by ATC. I'm not a real pilot. I'm like an actor pilot, like a actor wannabe enthusiast. So let's go. So we're gonna turn left. We're gonna slowly turn left. We're gonna do this realistically, hopefully. A lot of people are complaining about the sound. Honestly, I have no issues with the sound. The sound is just fine. Exactly, Alec. Alec is my friend. He's on the my friends list, and he knows what I'm talking about. But look at that video, guys. Look at that video, and you're gonna see that everything is identical here. When you look at the Air Canada, that video that landed to Toronto, you'll see that this is very identical. Now, is there a room for the improvement on a captain simulator Boeing 777? Of course, there's a room for the improvement. Every software, every video game has a room for the improvement to update. That's why we have this thing called updates. We wait for the updates, and that's it. That's why I was so agitated, because none of these guys. Look at this guy. Oh my God. Just went by. None of these flight simulators out there gave me any kind of reasonable explanation as to why they don't like this Boeing 777. They just couldn't. I was disappointed, man. Even that guy from Twitch, whom I like, I'm not going to mention his name, but even he avoided. He says, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. I was like, why not? Let's get into it. Let's tell me what exactly you don't like about this plane. Let's get into it. So that way developers can listen to your feedback and they can fix those issues. It's called feedback. But none of them were able to give me any kind of reasonable explanation. Is the plane faulty? Is it not working? What's the issue here? None of them have been able to give me any explanation. You know what I mean? And I wasn't trying to be rude. Thank you, Jigsaw. THPS. I just told him that there's a couple of new airplanes coming out on July 27th, and these airplanes are going to be, a true beauty. like very. You know, it's funny. My Steve told me yesterday. He was joking. He asked me, would I be able to take off with a Boeing 777 in real life? Or he says, let's say something happened to the first officer and a pilot, and they're both lost conscience, which could easily happen. And you're the only one that has the oxygen, and you're the only one who can fly this plane, right? And you're familiar with the instruments and everything. Would you be able to fly this plane? And that was a good question from Steve. And I'm like, sure, I could, but I'm not experienced with the ATC. Like, ATC would have to babysit me. ATC would have to kind of not use the codes of Squawk so much, but just like they would have to kind of babysit me and walk me through it, you know. Which I'm sure they would. All right, well, we got to make a steep left turn over here, guys. It's a big airplane, you know. It's not easy turning this thing. So we're going to do it again. All right, let's see. We good here? Just got to make that slight turn to the right. All right, we good here? We all good? Let me take a little sip of coffee. People ask me, how did I learn to get this plane? You know, this 777. How did I learn to get all these instruments? Dude, I learn about this plane so much now. I can do it blindfolded, man. I know where everything is, man. I know exactly that on my top right, it's the landing lights, the oxygen. It's right over here. I can like pretty much am familiar with the anti-icing, beacon lights, the AC, which is right over here, air conditioning, which is turned on, my electrical power, battery, my hydraulics, my fuel ejection pump. You know, when you get familiar with it, guys, this is your flight plan. This is your flight plan. Okay, right here. And I don't know why it says 7747. This is probably a mistake. It's not 747, you know, but anyway. This is something that can be updated. You know, maybe this is what was bothering people. But these are the small little things, guys. These are the small little things that can always be fixed with an update. You know, that's why we have updates. All right, we're ready to go. Let's go, guys. The guy in front of me just went out. And we shall continue to the north departure.
MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy, continue for north departure.
Oh, that's right. Let's look at our...
MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
So right now what we're doing, we're climbing altitude.
Miami Tower MRFO
We're climbing altitude to make that sharp left turn.
Miami approach MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy is type Boeing 4 miles southeast of Miami 3,100 feet. Request flight following.
Okay.
Okay, 1979er heavy Miami approach. Squawk 5406.
Okay, this is my squawk code. I got it.
Squawk 5406 MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy.
406. So basically, when they call you, you have to repeat to them, I'm a, 406 to, Miami 125, approaching, or keeping that altitude, whatever altitude they give you, I need to get the IFR clearance, which I already did.
Miami approach MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy 6 miles east of Miami. Request IFR to Tallahassee, ready to copy.
I haven't gotten those issues. I haven't gotten those issues, but the issues that I had was yesterday. I don't know, I think you were here, you saw it, where my flight, middle of the flight in Mexico with the CRJ 700, the game shut off automatically. It kicked me off, but I think that was due to the fact that I didn't update my NVIDIA drivers. There's a new NVIDIA drivers 4.7 something, and you have to update those drivers. But I haven't had those issues. Not yet. Yeah, that was the only thing that I had yesterday. But someone told me that was due to the fact that I didn't update my graphical drivers, which is NVIDIA 4.7 something.
Miami departure MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy 7,800 feet.
7,000 feet? Okay.
MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy Miami departure altimeter 30.02 continue as planned. MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy, your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 5406. MRFO URKAY 1979er heavy, contact Miami Center on 123.775.
Okay, let me acknowledge. I just let the radio ATC do it automatically because it's sometimes you get distracted when you constantly have to use your mouse to click and acknowledge this. When you are on the vet sim, then you're talking to somebody on the other side. But here, you know, I just leave it on automatic, so automatically I can communicate with the ATC. So we're staying above the clouds. That is true. There's a lot of thunder and storm here in Miami, and it's true. And we're like 7,000 feet climbing. We got to make that sharp right turn. We're gonna adjust our vertical speed a little bit. We'll go a little bit faster because we want to climb up. Stay at 12,000 feet. Maybe we can stay about a little bit more. How about 13,000? 13,000. You can request to adjust like your altitude. So anyway, I don't really understand what the complaint is that people have here. It's like specific complaint. I mean, granted, the tablets are not working, and they should fix that. They should implement both left and right tablet to work. But that's in the future. That can happen, you know, with an update. My whole thing is, no one gave me like a specific complaint. The one I heard was, the engine doesn't sound like a 777. And I'm like, how would you know? Are you the real 777 pilot? Like, have you flown this actual plane? You know, if you are like a real pilot who flown the 777, like let's say with the Air Canada, and you know this plane like really well, the 777 777-200ER, then that's a different story. Then I'll take, you know, your feedback. It's always appreciated. But everyone else just like ripping this plane into pieces. Like, dude, they even went out of their way to put detailed interior passenger seats with the monitors and everything. You know, I mean, there's a lot of extra detail here. And these are all 4K textures. This dashboard, it's 4K. It's rendered in 4K. It's just you guys cannot see it because the live stream, it's scaled to 1080p. You know? If this plane was so terrible, I wouldn't be flying it, man. I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't bother. You clearly saw me cold start the airplane using all the switches just like the real pilot would. You clearly saw me get the pushback and then taxi out, and you clearly saw me take it up in the air to take off from the runway. No issues. I mean, if there's some specific issues, then I want to hear it, man. And I'm pretty sure developers would like to hear what specific. Think of it like a feedback. If you give them a feedback on specifics, and you specifically tell them, hey, we would like to see maybe tablets be functional with the Navigraph, right? Or other, you know, SimBim, third-party flight plans, and the weather system radar onto that tablet, fine. Maybe they're going to do that on the next update. Get the tablet to be functional. And that's like my only feedback complaint, to have these tablets to be functional. The ones on the right and on the left. I don't know, maybe your first officer probably sits over here. And this tablet too, for the first officer. There's 3 guys. There's you, there's a co-pilot, and the first officer. The first officer could be sitting here, you know. Like he's like they can do on the in the future, like get all of these tablets to work properly. That could happen, you know, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna update. I'm pretty sure. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do it. You know. But if you look at that video, that link that I posted above, you're gonna see that this is very identical. It's very identical. You can even look at it from that way, and you'll see with the guy sitting here looks very identical. Look at that video. I'll put it up. I'll put it up again in case you guys missed it, and you'll see. You know, people saying this is a 747 cabin. Nope. I mean, it is made by the same company, Boeing, but it's different. And it looks exactly like this. Coffee brown, gray, dark, you know. It looks exactly like this. But you know what? Even if this plane was free, I guarantee you people would still complain about it. They would still complain about it, even if it was free. People would still complain. I got a new squawk code. It's 406, same squawk code. We're gonna resume our flight plan. 406. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I think so, man.
Heavy ISR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
Okay. So we're gonna continue our flight plan. Yeah, man, they really did.
Heavy Miami Center. Squawk 6722.
Not to mention, you know, in the back, if you look in the back, you know, they really put a lot of effort in the back as well, with the interior. They got the bathrooms, everything, the seats. You know, they've done a great job here as well. And this is all 4K textures. Could it be better? Of course. You know, again, guys, I'm not saying that this is the best there is. There's always room for the improvement. But, you know, the way people been bashing this airplane has been so unfair, man. So unfair. Totally unfair. Look, somebody left a drink there. So unfair, dude. And it kind of drives me crazy, dude. It really does. But wait till you see this new airplane that's coming out on July 27th. You're not going to bother. There's two airplanes coming out on July 27th. And this one airplane, it's for assisting the blind people. It's called a Health Orbix or something like that. Everything inside, it's luxury, touchscreen. It's just an amazing airplane. Top notch, man. Ugh. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And it's free of charge. Free of charge. To celebrate the release of Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series X and S. And that's included. Well, everything, right, Quantum, everything has a room for the improvement. Even Adobe Premiere video editing software has updates. But that's why we have feedback. That's why we have updates. All right, people act as if they will never update this plane. They're gonna listen to feedback. Obviously, they watch YouTube. Captain simulator, watches YouTube as well. He sees the feedback. I'm sure he knows about the feedback. And based on the feedback, sure, he's going to go ahead and fix some of those complaints. You know. But that only happens if we give like an accurate feedback. What's the accurate specific feedback? Like this. This is the accurate specific feedback. I want these tablets to be functional. So I can put my, you know, my own third-party flight plan through SimBim or what have you. You know, Navigraph, whatever you want to call it. I want to be able to utilize my own, you know, functional flight plan here through the tablet. Right? Make these tablets functional. Even this one right here for the first officer, make it functional. And guess what, dude? That's even better. So that's my specific, like, feedback complaint, if I have to make, is these tablets. That's what I would say. Okay, let's fix this. But other than that, I mean, I don't see like any other complaints. That's like my only complaint, is the tablets. And I don't know why they haven't thought about that. You know, hey, maybe we should make these tablets functional. That's what people want to use to put their, you know, yes, you can put your flight plan over here. Don't get me wrong. You can put it here. You can put it here. You can put it here. But people want to do it here. They want to do it here. So maybe in the future, we'll see that update. This is optional. Maybe if they want to, you know, I doubt people are going to be sitting here as a first officer checking the tablet here. But why not, man? Add everything. Add all three. Make it super awesome. That's my complaint, is to make these tablets workable, because pilots are using this a lot. You know, they use this a lot when they're flying. Especially on that video. If you watch that video that I posted from the Air Canada, they use these tablets a lot. You know. You know. I mean, there's some extra touches here. You can remove if you want to. You can remove these yokes. You can put them on. Some small little touches here and there. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. But other than that, you know, I really have no like major issues or problems with this. Could the yoke be a little bit better? Yeah, of course, you know. They can fix the yoke. I mean, look, man, these are small little things that can always be fixed. You know what I mean? But stability of the plane is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty accurate. Like, I even asked Steve. He's he flown this with the KLM Dutch airliners, and he says, yeah, man, it's pretty much identical. Even the color, it's identical. But is there a room for the improvement? Of course. There's always a room for the improvement. Always. and it always will be. I'm at 13,000 feet altitude. I requested, they told me 7,000, but I requested to go up to 13,000, the IFR. So my altitude is 13,000, and that's honestly all I need, because we were going to Tallahassee, from Miami to Tallahassee. No reason for me to climb up, 24,000 feet, But in real life, you don't get to choose what your altitude is. In real life, you're going to fly the altitude that they give you. And you have to follow the protocol. If they tell you, hey, you got to climb up to that altitude, then you have to climb up to that altitude. So you have to follow that pattern. But yeah, guys, I mean, I really have no... I really have no issues here with this airplane. With 737, I had issues. With 747, which has never been updated, I have issues. Even 787 had issues. But no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about the 787 issues, 737 MAX issues, 747 issues, always stalling, constantly dropping the altitude. Nobody wants to talk about that, I don't get it. Now, Airbus A320 Airbus, it's amazing what fly-by-wire did on that airplane. It's super realistic, fully functional, super realistic, and I would suggest that you guys go to flybywire.com, download the fly-by-wire software, and get the experimental version and developer version. Experimental and developer version. It's going to give you all kinds of future updates that you can use. So we are 265 nautical miles from our destination. As you can see, a lot of nasty weather. The weather always changes. A lot of people have asked me, would I prefer playing this with the Xbox controller? I have played it with the Xbox controller, It doesn't bother me, but it's really not accurate. You're not going to have this accurate, steady flight with a Xbox controller, okay? Because of the thumbsticks are so sensitive, and even though you can calibrate the sensitivity, yes, you can go through the options and you can calibrate the sensitivity. Still, it's nowhere near as accurate as it is having Xbox Hottest One X flight stick, which I'm using right now with a throttle and the joystick. Now, if you have a Logitech, Logitech, which is the same company, if you have that, then yeah, you're gonna have with a rudder on your feet, then you're gonna obviously have no issues. But the Logitech, it's only available for the PC. You cannot use the Logitech with the Xbox. This is why I keep telling people you're gonna have to purchase the Velocity Turtle Beach Velocity, the most comprehensive controller. You're gonna have to purchase that. That's like the only way that you're gonna be able to have that most accurate experience. Imagine putting your 48-inch OLED in front of that comprehensive Turtle Beach controller, flight stick controller, that comes with the instruments, with a mixture for the fuel and the prop, RPM and thruster, and bunch of additional updates with the LCD screen to tell you exactly what's going on, what your altitude is, what's your altimeter, your headings and all that jazz, your frequency. All of that will be included. Imagine the kind of super awesome experience you're going to have. Now, another thing that I wish would be possible is the IR tracker. Imagine how cool it would be if Xbox decides to use some sort of camera tracking IR tracker. They could easily do it with a camera, like with specific kind of like a camera or whatever. They could allow you to move your head up and down, left and right. It would be just even more realistic. An IR tracker definitely will help you, man. Looking at the instruments, zooming in, zooming out, moving left, moving right. You could, I think what they can do, and I think probably they will, in the future updates next year, summer next year, holiday season next year. I mean, we'll see all of these components. We'll see so many great things happening on the Xbox for this game, where you'll be able to create a truly, like, a cockpit simulator with your Xbox 360, your Xbox Series X, and your Series S. Did I just say 360? I think I said Series X. 360 I said. Unfortunately, we cannot play this with a 360. Only Series S and X. Oh, there he is. Alec. There he is. Flying a 7-7. Where are you flying, Alec? Let him get closer to me. I think he's flying, I think the same thing. Let me see. Is that an Airbus 832? Hold on. That looks like a 787. That looks like a 787. 787. Looks like a 787 to me. Let me see. Nice. You see, you'll be able to do this with your friends. You'll be able to have your other friends join you and fly in a group formation. And this is one of the cool things about the multiplayer on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not only do you have the real-time, air traffic control, the real-time, Black Shark AI, satellite rendering, photography, and elevation of the region of that, continent and the city or the country that you're flying over. But at the same time, you have the multiplayer to fly in real time with the real time weather. This has to be, honestly, guys, some of you don't understand the scope, and that's okay. I mean, I get it, but I don't think you guys, some of you who don't have this, I don't think you understand the size and scope what this is. This is like a love letter to aviation. This is the most realistic flight simulator ever created, period. And it's only going to get better and better and better, and a bunch of third parties are jumping in on this. It's only going to just keep growing better and better with new updates, ray tracing, other things. I mean, more accurate weather system, the formation of the clouds, dynamic of the clouds. Everything will get better and better and better as the time goes by. And that's why I said I don't know how will X-Plane be able to compete with this. What they're gonna bring to the table, I don't know, man. But good luck. I wouldn't dare. Even if I had my own company, I wouldn't dare try to compete right now with a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, and by the way, Jeff Bezos took off out to the space. If you guys want to know, he just happened like an hour ago. So he's in the space with his brother. If you guys want to know, I don't know if you're interested, if you care about a trillionaire flying out to the space. I don't know. I was like, okay, what's the big deal? The guy has money. Sure, he can go out to the space. I can't. I don't have his kind of money. I'm not the elite. So who cares, really? You know. And why would you want to go to the space in the first place? It's freaking terrible out there, man. You constantly have to be dependent on the oxygen. That low gravity, zero gravity can make you sick. Can make you feel nauseous. The pressure is terrible. It's unforgiving out there, man. We're not meant to live out in the space. You know, I understand people are fascinated, but I spoke to some of the astronauts from Kennedy Space Center when I went there to visit. You know, sure, he said we laugh in front of the camera when we broadcast, but it's unforgiving out there, man. It's not comfortable being on the International Space Station. You don't get used to it. You try to get used to it. Sometimes you can get choked on your own water because you have to be careful how you drink that water because of the gravity. You can feel how that water is traveling through your organs. Like you can feel it. Like, dude, there's so many things out in the space, man. It's not comfortable. You're not gonna feel comfortable. So this fascination now, traveling to another planet, landing to another planet, okay, I can see that fascination. But living out in the space, like, what's the big deal? Yuri Gagarin did that a long time ago. Yuri Gagarin, the very first cosmonaut, went out to the space. So I don't know, like, who really cares about Jeff Bezos or the other guy from Virgin Airliners. I'm more interested in let's land to the Mars. Let's send a group of men and women to Mars and let them stay there and let them start building the bases so we can get more people to come in and start terraforming slowly but surely that planet, or at least start having these domes and bases there. That's what I'm excited about. But some giga-trillionaire, billionaire doesn't impress me. Doesn't impress me at all. Like, honestly, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Nobody. I sure as hell don't give a shit about Jeff Bezos in space. I agree, Captain Takashi. They cannot compete against this. It's just not possible, dude. What's it called? Luminars or Laminars? Laminar? What's the name of the company? Yeah, they cannot compete, man. I just don't know how. They only got like 50 people. They got like 50 people working there, so I don't know how they're gonna compete. How they're gonna do it? You know, like in I just don't know. Do they have the resources like Microsoft has? Are they gonna make some kind of a partnership with Google? The only thing I can see, they can improve the physics But so does Microsoft. Microsoft can improve the physics inside the cabin and the outside of the plane. They can always fix that. What I can see X-Plane 12 do is make a partnership with Google Maps, and then they can implement the Google Maps satellite. But that's going to cost them a lot of money. Are they prepared to pay that kind of money, such a small company, to invest that kind of money with a partnership with Google to do that? Are they going to? I don't know. I mean, I wish them best of luck, but good luck, you know. You're definitely going to need it. This is killing them right now. This was a bad news for them. Why they were the only king in town? Because there was no flight simulator other than, Steam Flight Simulator 10, which is an old one from, 2004. So after that, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, they were running free. There was no competition. That's why they were able to jack up the prices for the global version. That's why they were able to charge you all this ridiculous amount of money for all these add-ons, because they were the only king in town. But now there's a Godzilla that has risen from the skies called Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's also on the Xbox and the PC. So now you got a juggernaut. Dude, you might as well. I mean, honestly, rest in peace. I'll be honest. Explain, rest in peace. Because I don't know. If you guys have any idea how they're going to compete, please do let me know. I would like to hear it. If you guys have any kind of comprehensive, specific idea how they're going to combat this competitor, Flight Simulator, please do let me know, because I don't see how they're going to do it. I mean, really, rest in peace. I don't know. If I was the owner of the X-Plane, if I was the developer of the X-Plane, I wouldn't know what to do. I would be scared shitless. I was like, what the hell do I do? How do I compete? I can't compete with this. I know. I mean, really. And look at all the Captain Takashi. Look at all the third parties that are jumping in on the Flight Simulator. Look at all the third parties. Truckload of third parties all over the world. Real pilots, independent pilots, open source, real pilots working on this. Partnership with all these airliners. And dude, VATSIM, and I mean, guys, SkyVector, Navigraph, SimBim, list goes on and on and on. I mean, good luck. I mean, or rest in peace. Like, when is the funeral, you know? When is the memorial being built? But then again, I love competition. I love competition. And I would love to see maybe X-Plane 12 partner with the Google, and the Google gives them the resources from their satellite imagery and their elevation data of the geometry and photography and the architecture that's being scanned by the satellite. Maybe they can do that too, and they can integrate more realistic physics. But you see, you don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm super, super wrong. I always tell people, please, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong. It's not about me being right. It's about me being wrong. Because I want to see X-Plane 12 bring something to the table. Because competition drives better experience, better software, better everything. Then the Asoba is going to say, oh shit, we didn't see this coming. All right, let's contact Microsoft. Let's get back to work. We got to get back to work, guys. We got to compete with this. You don't know. X-Plane 12 could come in with something. But that's what makes it great. That's the beauty of the competition, guys. That's what drives evolution. of better things. It's competition. If there was no competition, dude, we wouldn't have internet right now. We wouldn't have anything. We'd be still riding on a horseback, riding on the horses and mules and donkeys and herding the cattle this way, that way. We would still wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots and cylinder pistols and all that. But competition drives the evolution and the advanced technology. Competition is good. Greed is not good, but competition is good. Competition is everything, man. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure right now there are like, I'm Captain America. I'm pretty sure right now they are like having meetings behind the closed doors, drawing board, writing stuff down, I might use the Explain 12. I mean Explain 11. Maybe in September I might reinstall it and check it out because next week I'll be busy with, as you can imagine, I'm gonna be super busy with the flight simulator, man. I even taken some time off just for that. But September maybe I could dedicate my time to kind of compare Explain 11 and flight simulator and to see the physics of the Explain 11 flying a Boeing 787 or 777 or 747, flying these airliners on Explain to see the difference, to feel the difference, and kind of give my feedback on that. I thought about maybe doing that. To be fair, Yeah, pros and cons, because I haven't visited, man. I haven't. I mean, I have the global version, and I haven't visited Explain 11 in a long time. And I think it'd be a great idea to do that. It'd be an excellent idea to do that. So that's something I'll probably work on in September. And September is going to be a busy month. Oh my God. We got so many games coming out. We got NBA 2K22. I think Far Cry 6. That's September, right? Far Cry 6. Isn't it interesting? Does Ubisoft knows something we don't know? Isn't it interesting that the Far Cry 6 is being created this year and is being released this year? And what a coincidence that the Far Cry 6 is being released at the same time where we got all these protests in Cuba, right? Because Cuban people are being oppressed by the regime there. Isn't it interesting? Because that place in Far Cry 6 takes somewhere in around the Cuba, right? It's got to be a Cuba. They don't call it Cuba, but definitely feels like Cuba. And isn't it interesting? Like, what a coincidence? Or is it really a coincidence? Like, how do they know? How could they possibly know? Like, are they some kind of like modern prophets? I just find it kind of strange, kind of weird. I just thought about that. Like, how do they know? Yeah, Dying Light 2 comes out later this year. Can't wait. Yeah, Faraz. Farasat Ali. Farasat Ali. Thank you. And happy holiday to all, everyone who's a Muslim out there. Happy holiday. It's a Bayram. So happy holiday to you guys. Happy Bayram. I do the same thing for, the Passover, for the Jewish thing. I do the same thing for the Orthodox Christians in January with their, Christmas. And I do the same thing for the Catholics, all the religions. That's me like showing my respect to everybody. I always like to mention that. Remember, it's about respecting others' beliefs. It's not about you believing in what they believe. It's about respecting and wishing them, happy holidays. That's it's all about respect, guys. It's all about respect. This world could be a better place if we all respect each other. But we're having difficulties with that lately, Seems like some kind of a difficult task. And it shouldn't be difficult, It's like Joe Rogan says, just be respectful and that's it. Exactly. Kawakon. It's all about that, man. Are we perfect? We're not perfect, I don't like to use the word perfect. But as humans, we should know the common courtesy, And this maybe has to do with how you're being raised, honestly. This has to do with the lack of good parenting, You didn't have a good tutor. Maybe you were just living with your mama, and your mama wasn't around, and you were kind of bounced back and forth through, a bunch of different tutors. And then, you started learning things on your own, and you started getting the wrong influences. And, you got caught up in some, groups and gangs or whatnot, right? Some ridiculous nonsense out there. And then you end up to what you are, I think it has to do a lot with that, guys. There's a lot of kids out there, they didn't ask to be born, but, their daddy couldn't keep their, ding-dong inside the pants. And their mama couldn't close that skirt. And I mean, I hate to be so direct. But sometimes you have to be direct. Sometimes you have to lay out the facts. Because that's the truth, man. The truth is not pleasing to people's ears. But it's something they have to hear. Something that you should hear. Even me included. I made some mistakes. I made shitload of mistakes, man. Believe me. But I'm trying to learn from it, man. I'm trying to go to the drawing board. Okay, how do I fix this? What am I doing wrong here? Maybe what the guy's saying to me, maybe he's giving me some good advice. Sometimes the people who hate you actually are giving you probably the best advice. You just have to kind of strip yourself from that ego, like Jocko says, Jocko Willink. Sometimes you have to strip yourself from that ego and say, hold on a second. I know this guy doesn't like me, but wait a minute. Maybe I should listen to his criticism. Maybe there's something there. And usually there's something there where you can say, I could improve on that. Thank you. I know you don't like me, but thank you for the feedback. Think of it like a feedback. I can improve on that. Let me not act on my emotions. Let me not take everything seriously. Because if someone doesn't know you personally, they can't really be mad at you because they don't know you personally. So you shouldn't take it personal. And sometimes I took it personally which was my error, taking these things personally from individuals who don't even know me personally. But some of the things they said, I look into it and I'm like, hold on a second, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe there's something to it, Maybe there's something there. It's just you have to listen to it and examine it. Life, listen. Life, it's learning every day, man. You learn. You never stop learning, man. It's the biggest boot camp, the biggest university of all time. It's learning. Every day you learn something. Nobody's perfect. We're all learning. And yes, you cannot learn if you don't make a mistake. You have to make a mistake first to learn. Oh, no. Constructive criticism, it's something that I made a mistake. Excuse me. Cowl cone. I made that mistake. I took it personally. That was my mistake. Now, if somebody is insulting you and discriminating you, then you shouldn't tolerate that. Discrimination should not be tolerated by anyone. But constructive criticism, it's something that should be looked at. You should look at it and say, hold on a second, maybe he's right. And most of the time, believe it or not, this might sound weird, but usually the people who give you constructive criticism, I think they're telling you the truth. Now, you don't have to listen to what they're saying. You don't have to believe in what they're saying, but you should think about it, You can think about it at night. You can think about it in the morning when you drink your coffee. Maybe he's right. Maybe she's right. Maybe it is me. It's just I couldn't see it past my ego. Like Jocko says, you can't see stuff because you got that ego covering you constantly. You're tripping on that ego nonstop. And you're acting on your emotions, and that makes you weak. That doesn't really make you, and it's true. It doesn't make you stronger, it makes you weaker. And it's true, I agree. I agree on that 100%. Oh yeah, there's a good movie called Revolver with Jason Statham, and Guy Ritchie directed the movie. Ray Liotta was in it. I think you guys should see that movie. It deals actually with ego and how your ego can really be your biggest downfall. Now you can use that ego as a fuel to be competitive, to achieve your goals, but you got to be careful. You got to be humble. Look at Khabib. He achieved his goals. He's got money. He achieved his goals. But he was humble about it, He was humble. He didn't, walk around like McGregor, calling people names and this and that, you know. That fuck you. That little boy, fuck you. You know, he wasn't being, you know, rude, and he was being very, he didn't trash talk. He was being respectful. Says, okay, you think you can beat me? You can stranglehold me? You can put me on that rear neck choke? Then do it. Do it, McGregor. Show it. But, you know, then McGregor started attacking his religion, which was really below the fucking belt, man. You don't do that, man. That's why he jumped out of that cage. You don't like talk trash about other people's religion. You don't make it personal, man. You don't do that. Throw the freaking dolly into the bus. Remember, he got arrested, and Rose got almost cut. Remember when that dolly, when they throw it into the bus, that was in New York. You know, I can go on and on about McGregor. He's not my favorite guy. McGregor is not my favorite guy, and I don't think he'll ever will be. I mean, he has achieved what he has achieved. I respect that, but his attitude, man, and the way he, you know, is approaching himself, it's definitely not good, man. It's definitely not good, man. Come on. Even Brock Lesnar didn't act like this when he was in UFC. He was being very humble. You know, he did interviews. He says, okay, I'm here to compete. I don't care who's in front of me. I need to, you know, finish that guy. I need to destroy whoever's in front of me. It's a competitive sport, combat sport. Nothing personal, but I need to defeat this guy to defend my title. I have nothing personal against this guy or that guy or that guy, but they're in front of me, and I gotta defend my title. You know, even he was able. Even Brock Lesnar was able to be humble about it, you know. But McGregor constantly all this trash talking, you know. Come on, dude. Yeah, man, like, come on, bro. And you got wife, you got kids, you got a business, Proper 12 is doing well. You got some other clothing lines. Come on, man. I can see Liam Neeson knocking on McGregor's door and slap him on the left cheek. Learn some manners. I'm pretty sure Liam Neeson would have smacked him. You embarrass me. You embarrass the Irish people. You embarrass us with this trash talk and all this garbage. That's not how we are. And I know Irish people, and they're not like that. But McGregor is just this ego tripping, man. You know, just this. You know what? You could be right. Kyle Khan, I like how you think, man. Hold on. I like how you think, brother. I like what you said. Oh, Liam Neeson, it's a truly humble badass. I like to call Liam Neeson a true humble badass. Someone who really, it's humble. Hold on. Oh my God, not again. Guys, the gear's not working. So we found the issue. The gear is not working, guys. I cannot open the gear. So that's what people are complaining about. Ah. Well, that's not good, Captain Simulator. I'm pressing the G. I'm pressing the B on my map button. Still, the gear's not working. Oh, Lord. This is not good. Look. Doesn't work. Wow, dude. Wow, wow, wow. So that's what everybody's complaining about. I got it. I got it, guys. I got it. Unbelievable. Okay, guys, we'll have to do this without a gear. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, let me slow down as much as I can. Okay, let's see. No, still nothing. I have slowed down all the way. Let me see. Way down. Still nothing. Got my flaps. No, still nothing. Well, I'll be damned. Well. Nah, it's not working, man. I'm like way down. My speed is way down. Throttle down. Flaps on. Nothing. G. Nope. I guess we have no choice. We gotta do this like this. My flaps are down. Speed is reduced. Way down. Way down. Wow. Holy shit. Hold on to your butts, guys. We have to do this. We have no choice. We have no choice. We're screwed. We're screwed, guys. We're screwed. Hold on, let me see. See?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Doesn't work.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. It's working. I got it.
Landing gear.
We'll have to make another turn. We'll have to make another turn. No, I got it. Let's retract the flaps. Hold on, let me see. Let's retract the flaps. I gotta make another turn. And this weather is not helping me. This weather is definitely not helping me. But yeah, I agree. You should never talk about someone's family, man. That's no reason to go that far. There's just no reason to act like that. It's unnecessary. You know, no one's family should be called out. That's just making it personal. And it's a sport. You want to compete against that guy? I mean, if you want to trash talk about him, that's fine. Tell him how you're gonna beat his ass. That's fine. But you shouldn't like talk about people's family or people's religion, people's wives. You know, you don't do that. You know, you don't go that far. Yes, DCS is very difficult at first, but once you learn how to cold start, once you learn all the ins and outs, then it becomes a lot of fun. You know, DCS is pretty. It's a lot of fun if you love jet fighters. If you love the Air Force, if you're into the Air Force, the whole Air Force thing, then you're gonna enjoy it. It's really a love letter to the Air Force, military Air Force, obviously. Duh. We got to make a turn. So you have to really decrease your speed in order for... I don't know who said that. Someone said it here, which is true. It is bad. I'm going to make a good distance between me and the weather. And I'm going to try to do my best to make it there. Let's get this a little bit better. Oh, this is some terrible, terrible weather. See, that's the thing about the weather. You never know what you're going to encounter. Look at this. You never know, man. You never know. And the clouds are right above the airport, man. That's what sucks. The clouds are right above the airport. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my goodness. It is. And this is pretty much what you would see if you were really doing a flight from Miami to Tallahassee. This is exactly what you would encounter. And that's what makes it real, man. That's what makes this game real. This is what Fabio was talking about. He is the instructor and the pilot, business pilot. And he talked about this. And, you know, this is what you have to endure. Being a pilot is not easy. You know, a lot of people think this is easy. You know, Steve told me, man, you have no idea. And I believe him. You know, it's not an easy thing, especially for the Air Force, active Air Force pilot. Constantly you have to get tested, go to many different trainings, and you have to pass those tests to even fly, let's say, F-22 or F-35B, FET Amy, or whatever it is that they got you flying. All right. But that's what makes this game so interesting, is the ability to do this. There's an opening there. This is terrible weather, man. This is the worst nightmare for me right now. Oh, there's Ale Alec. Dude, I can't see shit. I mean, really, dude. I can't see diddly shit. Can't see diddly shit. Oh my God. Oh my God.
25, man.
No, we can't. We cannot do this. Can we? Can we land? No, we can't. We gotta make another approach. We gotta make another approach. Look at this. This is terrible. Right above the airport, man.
300, 200,
Right above the airport.
200,
We'll have to make a long distance, man, between us and the airport, man. Yeah. I'll have to make I'll have to go way back, man, to make this approach. I'll have to make a good distance. It's terrible, man. This is the worst nightmare. So I'll have to go ahead and make a distance. But see, that's the thing. I can't even see where the airport is, man. And it's hard for me to know, you know, when to get my flaps, you know, down. Because you can't see crap. And just so happens that this this cloud, it's right above the airport, man. Right above the airport. I mean, just, who would have known? That's the thing, you don't know, man. That's the scary part about this. I need more distance. I need more distance, man. This is the worst nightmare for a pilot. And for the first officer sitting in the back. Like, Jesus. But you see, that's the thing about the weather. You never know. You never know what you're going to encounter when you get there. I have to be focused here. Well, it depends how much fuel they have, Keokan. Depends on how much fuel do you have. That's something you have to consider as well. Do you have enough fuel to circle? How long are you going to circle, right? Or you might have to request clearance for another airport. Usually what happens, from what I understand, they request a clearance for another nearby airport to make an emergency landing there. You know, there's that too. And then there has to be approved by the FAA, by the ATC, because if they don't have enough fuel, then they cannot do it. I could do that, actually, find another airport here. But the whole idea is to land to the Tallahassee International. Yeah, I'll go to the another airport. Yeah, they'll have to do it. But yeah, this is bad, bro. This is just super bad. Look at this thunder. Even more thunder now. Oh, Lord. I know. 7 nautical miles. This is just bad. Bad, bad, bad. God damn it, man. Oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. Oh. Oh, Lord. Lord. Oh, Lord. Emergency landing. Emergency. Emergency. Oh! Oh! Oh my God! Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Woo! Well, it's better than nothing, okay? The way I see it. It's better than nothing. Guys, listen. We're still alive. Some bruises, some scratches. But you have to consider, man, this is just terrible weather, man, you know. It was just a terrible, terrible weather. You know, I did what I could here. Wait, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Ah, well. It is what it is. We're in the bushes over here. They're coming to pick us up. They're coming to pick us up. We're in the bushes here, but hey, the point being is we have landed. But it's just terrible, man. I just couldn't see it, man. Like, and this really right here doesn't help me much, you know. You know, it's just so damn hard, man, to know, okay, here's the thing, when you have a zero visibility, it's so hard to know how much of a distance do you need to make to, you know, to lower your speed, because you don't want to stall. You got this big ass storm in front of you, and you don't want to stall while you're getting there to land. So there's that too, you know. Can we get out of here? I don't know. I'm gonna try. No, we're stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck. Can we get out of here? I don't know. I'm trying to see if we can get out of here. There's Alec who wants to help me out, dude. He's coming. Can you give me a pushback? Bro, I need a pushback. Nah, he's not gonna budge. There's nothing we can do, man. We're stuck. Here, push me. Push me through. Alec, just to push me through, bro. Oh my god. He's trying to push me back. Oh, you got stuck. I know you got stuck too, man. Yeah. That's it, guys. And look, man, at least we landed, you know. Let's check on the passengers. Let's see what's the deal with the passengers. Everybody okay? We got the lights. Let's see. Let's go check on the passengers. Are they okay? One guy took a shit in the toilet. The shit bounced back in his face. Iron seems to be okay. I guess so. Kind of okay. We got some trees growing. Let me see. I mean, I could have circled back, and here's the thing, man. I could have gone back over here to Dakar and then slowed down, but the problem is I have zero visibility, bro. It's hard to see. You know, it's hard to see. And when you can't see something, you don't know how much speed do you need to lower. I could have lowered my speed way down. But then I would have dropped. Then I would have lost the control because of the storm. You got to be able to tell where it is. And it was a shitty situations, man, here. It was just terrible. You know. It was just one of those situations where it's like, fuck, do I land or do I not land? Or do I go to another airport? Was there another airport here? Let me see. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, pretty much. But hey, we landed. I guess it is what it is. But look at this fucking storm, dude. Look at this weather. Terrible. All right, let's shut off the engine. Yeah. Well, there you have it. Again, you never know. What have you learned? You never know what you're gonna expect to see. But this was tough. We're not flying a small airplane. We're flying a big airplane. I could have spent like maybe an hour and a half circling around, but I just don't have time, guys. I have to get going. I got some things I gotta do. I don't have the patience to run around and circle. If I wasn't doing anything tonight, if I wasn't busy, I definitely would have spent an hour and a half going way back to Dakar and then slowly approaching the airport, or waiting for the storm to clear out, or go to another airport. But this was really shitty. It was just a shitty situation. It's just not much I could have done here. Plus, I was in a hurry, you know what I mean. But these things sometimes you'll have to deal with. You'll have to deal with this, and it sucks. This is the worst nightmare for the pilots. The damn thunderstorm cell is right on top of the damn airport, man. Like just right on the freaking airport, man. The worst fucking nightmare. The worst nightmare for any pilot, And it's hard to know the distance. Like, how much speed do you decrease? Because you can't tell, you can't see. And maybe if this airplane had better instruments to give you that, better visibility so you can tell, hey, it really sucks. I could have slowed down super low with like maybe, I don't know, like 40 knots with my flaps down. But maybe I would have dropped. Maybe I would have lost the control because the plane is too heavy because of the thunderstorms and the wind, the gust wind. Maybe I would have landed on somebody's house, or worse, or maybe I would have crashed on some highway. But at least I landed here on the airport where it's safe, next to the bushes. It just sucked all around. It just sucked. It was just sucky situation. But that's the thing, you don't know. That's the. Now I could have cleared the weather and leave the clear skies, and I could have landed with the clear skies. But the idea was to do this in real life. That was the whole point here, to do it in real life. I could have circled around and for an hour and a half and tried to make that approach. But again, like I said, I don't have time. I have to get going somewhere. And I was very pressured for time. I didn't have patience to be, circling around and adjusting everything. But these things can happen. This is something that people have to understand. Being a pilot, man, these situations you're going to have to deal with. And sometimes you might have to go to another airport because the conditions are so bad. Like, for example, during the winter, right? During the winter, like, situations can get so bad with the snow and ice that you might have to go somewhere else, like 75 miles somewhere else, to land on some other airport. And then from there, passengers will have to, get some kind of a shuttle bus or taxi or whatever to take them to their destination. These things can happen. These things do happen, So I think I just gave you one example. And I had no clue. I had no idea that there's going to be a thunderstorm cell, right on top of Tallahassee International. It's right on top of Tallahassee International. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. With zero visibility. And, well, there you see what happens. Now you know. All right, guys. I got to get going. It was awesome, man, to do this live stream with you guys. I had fun. Again, Boeing 777. It works. You see me do a cold start. You've seen me do a taxiing out. You see me do flying stable up in the 13,000 feet altitude. The gears work, but you really have to slow down. You have to decrease that vertical speed. You have to decrease the speed of knots that you're going. You have to lower it down, that speed, and then you can take off your gear, and then your flaps down. However, the conditions are conditions, and these conditions with a zero visibility really makes it tough. Even for a super experienced pilot, it makes it tough, to make that landing. Alec, thank you. Kawakon, thank you. Quantum, thank you. Thank you guys for stopping by. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget, next Tuesday, man, it's going to be a big one. Next Tuesday, we got so many cool things happening with the Microsoft Flight Simulator. The new update 5. We got that new Health Orbix airplane. There's another airplane, which is like a successor to Turboprop. It's like fully technologically advanced, touchscreen. Everything's touchscreen. It's just an unbelievable airplane. It's going to be included for free. It's all coming out next Tuesday, July 27th, when we're almost there. Next Tuesday, man, I can't believe it. And don't forget Monday. I think Monday you'll be able to preload. And I would suggest Monday morning that you guys start pre-downloading this game. And then that way on Tuesday, you just end up updating the game. And updates will take a long time. First, downloading the game will probably take you the entire day to download it. And then updating on July 27 might take about half a day, because a lot of people are going to be doing the same thing. The servers are going to be going ballistic. Okay, the servers are going to go crazy. So a lot of people are going to be trying to download and update this game. So there's that too. But be patient. If you don't fly during the day, well, during the night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whenever you get a chance, you'll be able to fly. Once the update, it's finished. So, but either way, it's going to be fun. I'll probably see you guys on Tuesday around 5 o'clock, depending on how fast it takes for the updates to be finished. It might take a little bit longer. Who knows? The servers might crash, and that's the worst nightmare. I hope that the servers don't crash, and then I have to re-update and re-download. There's that nightmare too. So these are all possibilities we have to look into, guys. It's not going to be simple as click and play on July 27th, because a lot of people are going to jump onto this. A lot of people are going to want to play this, Thank you, Quantum. Thank you, guys. I'm out of here. I got to go.